saying. If you made that decision where you made it to the NBA, you played 1 year in the NBA, you had the best rookie season anyone ever had, and then you're hearing all this shit all these people are saying, you turn around, you go back to the park, you play 10 years in the park, you eventually realize these numbers are not accurate to my life. I'm trying to make it like a 20-year career or something. Life. You play 10 years in the park. You do everything you're supposed to do. You win in, you're the best player, dominating everybody one-on-one. Any doubts, anybody, oh, he's not a good three-point shooter. You fucking lead the league in three-pointers. You fucking pretty much do everything that you can possibly do. You realize after 10 years, this was pointless. I should have never came back here. I fucked up. I'm not gaining anything from this. This is dumb. Blah, 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 right? If you're then presented with an opportunity to go back to the NBA, that's a great thing, right? And obviously that's something to be grateful for. But at the same time, and I guess to a certain degree, this is like either a personality trait or maybe something that was formed over life or whatever the case is. But I'm kind of sitting there looking at this dude's been the most dominant player for the past 7 years. This is the dude everybody's talking about. I'm in my 30s now. Like, I don't have youth on my side anymore. I caught a horrific injury playing in this park that I don't know, like, if I'm ever going to be the same player again. I've kind of gotten almost out of the groove of that real team. You know what I mean? Because some people have tremendous skills, but they're not really great at that sport when you put them on a team. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like some of that diminished from kind of being a little bit more of like an individual in the park or whatever, right? And everybody's kind of sitting there just continuously saying, back in the NBA, this is amazing, you're so lucky, you should be grateful, you have so much to be thankful for. Well, the thing is, bro, my body and my life are back in the NBA, but my mind is fucked. Because I'm having a hard time accepting the fact that basically for no reason at all, I just gave away 10 years of my career. And I'm like, that was really fucking bad. That was really fucking stupid, and you can't get it back. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna, okay, well, go train hard and make the last 10 years of your career the best you can. I get that. But I'm speaking in terms of self-satisfaction and happiness and gratitude and shit. When you feel pissed at yourself that you did this, even when you're in a different scenario, it's still pretty hard to just... It's kind of a similar example like going to war, right? If you decide, hey, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I got no direction, I'm going to go join the military, whatever, right? And you randomly go, and a year after you join, your country goes to war, you get shipped out, and you get your legs blown off. One day you wake up, you're 40 years old, and you're like, wow, I lost my legs at 21, and I never even lived a normal life, and I did this for no fucking reason, really. Like, I didn't have to do this. I could have just went and got any job, but you're saying you had no direction. You could have went anywhere you wanted in your fucking life, you know? But you had to go do this or whatever, and you're kind of stuck on this scenario. Even if you mentally let it go or forgive yourself, and you're like, okay, listen, you're 20, you didn't know what to do. Maybe not the best choice, especially in hindsight, but if nothing would have happened to you, and you would have had a nice life after that where you were taken care of, you'd be happy with your decision. And that's not something you could have predicted. So have a little grace for yourself. Forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? But your legs ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be in that wheelchair. No matter whether you forgive yourself or not, your legs are gone.
So you just got stupid, but you got to accept that. I know that's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Actually sit there and accept that. But B, you just move on with life. And I don't mean that like, oh, forget it. Like, but regardless, the outcome ain't changing 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road. Now you need to deal with your consequences. But at 40, your actions still are based off of reactions in the past. Well, you went to war and your legs got blown. So you still just have to deal with it, put your head down and go forward.
Well, here's the thing. When you say you have to deal with it, what do you do when you keep saying that, okay, you have no legs, you have to accept this, you have to move on. And you do in the sense that, okay, I got up, I made breakfast, whatever, right? Like, but you're really not accepting of it to the point where...
Bro, like, I get what you're saying. But you do have to accept that, okay, like, My legs are gone. I don't understand why I made that decision, but I still also need to do what I need to do.
But if you're colorblind, so to speak, right? Like if I'm showing you, you know, those weird pictures where they have different colors overlapping and it's like, tell me what you see, right? If there's a green and a pink thing, there's pink dots in the shape of a 9, and you're looking at it, you don't see any pink dots. I could say to you all I want, bro, there's a number on the paper, you gotta tell me what it is. Like, if you don't see it, you don't see it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's that mental thing where...
You don't ever have to get over that mental thing. You do have to get going with life, though, because life ain't gonna stop.